Hey guys, welcome back to the Wild Wrestling Channel. I am your host, Seth. Welcome back to What If, Episode 3. And in today's episode, I'm going to be discussing what would have happened if All In 2018 never happened. What would happen to AEW? What would happen to the world of pro wrestling? So let's hop right into the video. Play the intro. First, a little backstory and history. So for those of you who don't know, All In 2018 was a show made by practically the creators of AEW before AEW existed, as a way to kind of show off these indie and New Japan and ROH talent to the world, which would later become in the year after AEW. But this was the first show they ever really all did together. They all tore the house down. So many matches, so many good matches. It was all just all these stars from across the world who weren't really seen as big as like WWE guys were being seen. So this was kind of a way to show it. Cody Rhodes was one of the big leaders in this, as everyone knows, he's a big creator of AEW. Him and the Young Bucks really put this together to really kind of put their mark on the wrestling industry. And the year after, this would all turn into AEW, which is what we know today. But I want to discuss today what would happen if All In never happened. In my opinion, I don't think AEW would happen at all if All In never happened. Because All In was like kind of the rocket boost that they needed to learn is this is going to work. Because if the fans hated it, then they probably wouldn't try to start something that they know the fans already hated. But if they loved it, then they know that we can actually make something out of this. So if it never happened, they never had that opinion, and they never all come together. So they would all continue their own journeys. At the time, WWE was the top promotion. There was like no one really in its way. But I do think towards more 2019, in 2019, fans started to think that some of the product was kind of So at that point in time, I think that promotions like New Japan, Impact Wrestling, and Ring of Honor would kind of grow the fandom of what like AEW fans are. I think they would kind of all switch. That would be kind of the boosting point for these AEW fans that we know today. I think they would be, like start to be fans of these other promotions that kind of put on the same talent that AEW does. But it would really all have to depend on where the fans would be. Plus, if AEW never became a thing, I don't think we would see the rise of the stars like Hangman Page, Kenny Omega, and Cody Rhodes. They were all doing great in their companies that they were in, but I feel like they reached a lot more fandom with like some American fans with AEW, because if we look at Kenny Omega, he was in New Japan a lot, and I think probably a lot of people already knew him from his time in all these other companies. But AEW also really had a big rise due to it being a really big promotion with like a whole TV network and pay-per-views, and it really and a national company that really sparked interest. Hangman Page was kind of more doing the indie stuff, and I agree that here he also was able to kind of make a big boost up higher. And then Cody Rhodes, of course, he was left WWE and was doing stuff in like Ring of Honor and NWA. But I just think in AEW, he kind of was able to grow a little more fandom and was kind of able to do his own work, where I don't think he would be able to do that with AEW. So I'm not saying they wouldn't have fans. I'm just saying AEW really peaked their fandom up a lot. So we wouldn't really know what would happen if AEW didn't happen and they didn't have this fandom. Also, so many wrestlers like Jon Moxley, Brody Lee, Ricochet, Pac, just to name a couple, Swerve Strickland, Adam Cole, like they all couldn't jump ship and go to AEW when they weren't working out in WWE, because if it never existed, if they were already in WWE, that was the top place. There was nowhere else for them to go that was going to pay them and treat them this well and give them that much fan base like WWE. So even though they might not liked it, they didn't really have a choice of where to go. Like, AEW gave so many people an opportunity to keep that high fandom, national, like, just high pay and everything, by switching companies, but WWE is, if AEW never happened, WWE is the only company who had that. So if you weren't happy there, it wasn't like I'll just go to another company and still get what I want. It was like you're going to another company, but you're losing pay, you're losing fans, you're losing so much that happens in WWE. So I guess it doesn't give them many people the ability to switch and jump ship if they want to, which would have happened if AEW didn't exist. All in all, I just think AEW actually did a lot for the community. It's only been around like 5-6 years, but still, in that 5-6 years, it has just done so much. Like, it's built new stars, it's introduced us to people on the indies, it showcased so much talent from around the world that we would have never known if AEW didn't exist. So I think we all kind of have to step back and really appreciate AEW as another promotion, because it brings back to the days of WWE and WCW, but I feel like it's still different from there, where we just got to appreciate how much talent they show off, how much good wrestling they have. Like, I just feel like WWE is really good right now, but when AEW was first created, a lot of people really liked AEW over WWE. But I just think it's cool to have a second big wrestling promotion that still shows so much key talent that is so good and some of the best in the world today. I just am really happy AEW exists. It would have been sad if it didn't. And it's just, we all just got to really appreciate AEW and everything that they do for the pro wrestling industry. WWE might be the top guy, and a lot of people, including myself, probably really like it. It's probably my favorite promotion. But I think AEW is just a cool, big promotion. It's nice to kind of have another big show that we can watch all the time with so many great wrestlers, so many great matches. And that's just awesome to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you enjoyed this video, and turn on that bell so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And comment if you're enjoying the What If series. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.